Welcome to Palermo, the capital of Sicily. This city is often described as lively, chaotic, and gritty. I'm a bit too introverted for this, it's very loud. We're going to spend a full day here sharing some of the top things to do. We're just walking on top of a cathedral. This is also where a scene of The Godfather 3 was also shot. I'm witnessing the effects of the mafia, which is still present today.
They do not pay the mafia tax.
And thank you to this video's sponsor, Wise. So for Palermo, all of the action is in the historical centre, and this is where we're kicking off our day. We have come to a little specialty coffee store for our caffeine fix. We need it. This is where it's called Bagos. Like hole in the wall, offers some baked goods and some really yummy coffee. In the heart of Palermo's historical district is this beautiful fountain. It's 500 years old and it has all these incredible mythological creatures around it. It's actually completely closed off. Apparently it's been like this since COVID, so you can't get very close to it. But it's gorgeous, and this whole area, the buildings are beautiful. It's really sad to think about how much of Palermo was destroyed over the years from World War II, and then the mafia actually destroyed a lot of old buildings, because this is gorgeous. Next to the fountain, you can actually enter into a cafe, which is a floor up. It's free to enter. And from here, you get an amazing perspective of the fountain. Now you can see more of the mythological creatures that are around the fountain. There's like lion and dragon heads around there. It's really cool. Now, Palermo is famous for its street food. There's lots of markets you can go to. One that's very central is La Bucceria.
And some cool hats here. They seem to be very popular here in Sicily, but I think that's too small for my head. I like the style though.
Corey has a big head.
Trying to find a hat that's big enough for my meathead. Too small, isn't it? Oh, this is 60. Get in. Oh, that feels nicer.
Yeah, that looks better. That's cool.
I'm a little rascal now. So when you're exploring the markets, I think it's best to have a bit of cash on you, just in case. And I think Sicilians probably prefer cash. Grazie. Yeah, perfecto.
Grazie.
Grazie mille.
He likes to say that I'm the one that loves shopping, but it's not true, guys. I like to buy jewelry, though, and souvenirs from places we go to, but Corey is actually someone who loves to shop. Nice hat.
Thank you.
I'm a bit too introverted for this, it's very loud.
The markets can be very overwhelming. Those kind of markets where it's like much more like lively, a lot of shouting, and they've definitely got that element to them here. Grazie.
Thank you. The buildings are so beautiful here. They're stunning. There's a lot happening. Food vendors, and there's like opera singers.
So it is right in the middle of the historical centre of Palermo, and that is why it is such a thoroughfare. To go straight down here, you'll end up at the cathedral, which I think I can see at the end of the road. And then you've got the other side here, the fountain is nearby, so everything is very central around this point. I think a lot of people do like live music here because it is such a thoroughfare, but man, it is overwhelming for the senses.
Life is wild. As we explore Palermo, we are going to be using our favourite travel card, and that is Wise. Thank you to those guys for sponsoring this video. We have been using Wise for honestly over a decade. We have been using this travel card for years and we can't recommend it enough. There are so many benefits. A great thing about Wise is that they use a mid-market exchange rate, which means when you type in an exchange rate into Google, you're going to get pretty much the same with Wise, which is fantastic. And as full-time travellers, for us, safety is a big issue, and what's great with Wise is that you can have a physical card and a digital card. We recommend having both always on you, so if you do lose your physical card, you can block it but still use your digital card. They also offer 24/7 customer support, so wherever we are in the world, we know that we can call anytime if an issue arises. So if you ever have any issues or want to query a transaction, you can go on the app and get immediate support whatever the time. So overall, we are big fans of Wise and we can't recommend them enough. And we have a great offer for you today. You can either scan the QR code or click the link down below and you can apply for a free Wise card. Remember, I said having a Wise card and a digital card is the best way to go. Or you can get a fee-free transfer up to $1,000. So go and click the link below and check out Wise. So Corey's gonna head on the scooter because he actually sprained his ankle quite badly the other day when we were in Cefalù, which is about 1 hour out of Palermo, a beautiful coastal town. So we are going to take a walk through the main street and meet him at the cathedral, which is supposed to have an amazing view of the city.
We made it. Well, I made it. We can see heaps of people on the roof of the cathedral. You might be thinking, what are they doing up there? You can access the roof. So we are going to do that. We're going to go up to the roof. Hopefully they have an elevator for me. So there's one really, really clever thing about this cathedral here in Palermo. There, in that dome right there, there's a tiny little hole, and at midday every day, the light will come through that hole and it will shine on this meridian line which runs along the church, north to south. And wherever that light hits along this, you can see all the zodiac symbols. It tells you what time of the year we are in based on where the light is lighting up on the meridian line. Very clever. It's like a horizontal sundial.
It is amazing, and obviously, like Corey said, all the zodiac symbols on the floor. We've got Cancer, Leo. I think that's Gemini. Corey's Leo, I'm Gemini, so that's what I've been looking for. And yeah, I've never seen something like this in a church before. So we're going up to the roof now. We bought our tickets, €7 each, and what an entrance. I would have completely missed this. I don't know how many stairs, but hopefully Corey's foot will be okay. We did ask if there was a lift, but because it's UNESCO here, they're not allowed to build one. Going higher up.
Oh my goodness.
This is awesome, definitely a highlight for me so far, and a must do if I say so myself, because the view up here is outstanding. You can see all over the city, the coastline, the mountains, out to the sea. Absolutely gorgeous. We're just walking on top of a cathedral. Cool. We're gonna go take a walk around the dome.
The other thing that really stands out to me as well is how peaceful it is up here. Street side can be very hectic, and up here you're just on the rooftops and it's very peaceful.
When you're down in the streets of Palermo, you don't really see the mountains. Occasionally you get a glimpse, but from up here you can see that the whole city is really surrounded by them. Be careful here, but it's very... So Palermo is always described as gritty, and I think that really translates to it's quite run down in areas. The historical centre, even though there's some beautiful buildings there, is also kind of juxtaposed with a lot of trash and graffiti, a lot of people on the streets. And as you're walking around the city in general, it is a stark contrast to a lot of the other cities you see around Italy. There's so many brutalist buildings, especially around the outskirts of Palermo too, from the mafia control when they controlled all the construction. They actually pulled down a lot of the historical buildings here, and on top of that, Palermo was hit during World War II, so the city has had a really tough time, and so the effects of the mafia control for decades is still seen today. It's still quite atmospheric and charming. It just depends what you're into. For me, it's not a city I would come back to. I wouldn't spend a weekend break here, but it's interesting for me to spend a day here and see what it's like.
So did you know there is actually a map of places you can go to and support if you want to be anti-mafia? The local residents here in Palermo, they are very against the mafia. They're still trying to get rid of them to this day. Now, if you see this sticker on the window of a cafe or restaurant or even a souvenir shop, you know that they do not pay the mafia tax to have their business protected. And in that way, they can stop giving money to the mafia and hopefully push the mafia out of Palermo once and for all. Here we have a North African, I have a Senegalese mafe. Some fries, and Charlotte has gone for some pasta, so we're covering all bases here. This is a peanut-based curry, so I can smell the peanut. Very peanutty, but very rich, creamy, oily. There's definitely elements of Palermo that feels a little bit like rough around the edges, and I guess when you're choosing accommodation, you want to be in a place where you feel safe. Now, we have found a lovely little apartment, well, Charlotte did.
If you choose to stay in the historical district, you can find some nice hotels, but I have read that a lot of people complain about the noise because it is so crazy busy in the day, and in the evening, that carries on. So if you want somewhere a little bit quieter, and like Corey said, the place we're staying, it feels quite nice and safe and clean, that is to the north of the city. We'll pop a link in the description below, because it's a lovely little apartment. So I'm am now walking alongside the Wall of Legality. This is about 70 meters in length, one of the largest murals in Italy. And all of these portraits of people in the law system who were murdered by mafia. That's everyone from journalists to judges to police officers. When the mafia were at their most violent, there was a lot of deaths in the city. One actually targeted Falcone, Giovanni Falcone, and his wife, and that left a 15-meter hole in the highway when they bombed his car. This is Giovanni Falcone here, and there's actually something really interesting about one of the objects that was painted onto this mural. So this man here, Borsellino, was investigating the mafia, and all of his notes were in this little red book. Now, after he was murdered, his red book was left at the crime scene, and there's a famous photograph of a police officer walking away with the red book. It has never been seen since, and that book contains lots of evidence from him of mafia ties, and there is belief that the police officer walking away was connected to the mafia, or obviously the mafia somehow got their hands on this book, and it's gone.
We've made it up to Mercato del Capo now. This is another market here in Palermo. There is so many markets, it seems. So if you want to get street food, this is the place to do it. We're keeping our eyes peeled. There's a lot of fresh fruit and veggies here, but there's also places that do coffee and juices and kind of sweet treats as well.
We have just joined onto a tour of the Opera House here in Palermo. It's supposed to be quite beautiful. It's featured in White Lotus 2 as well, so that's kind of like a cool thing.
This is the Queen of Sicily.
But it's the largest opera house in Italy and one of the largest in Europe. It's 12 euros to join a tour. We're on the last one of the day, which is pretty cool. We've got Justin there, and I'm excited to see how beautiful it is. It's beautiful, it's absolutely stunning. Everybody who came in here was like, wow, the ceiling is gorgeous, but it's breathtaking. It's turned into a ghost tour, guys. So the tour guide said that when they were building this, they had to demolish a lot, and one area which they demolished was a nun's grave, and the nun was not happy about this, and apparently if you don't believe her, she makes you trip here.
You won't get me, nun.
I think we are now going to go into the royal box. Ooh, fancy. And this is also where a scene of The Godfather 3 was also shot. This used to be the men's chit-chat smoking room. There's no furniture in here, so the volume is quite loud. Everything just echoes around. And if you stand in the middle and whisper, apparently you can hear yourself.
You can hear yourself from all around it. It's really weird.
I can whisper. Oh, that's really spooky. Pussycat. Well, we absolutely love that. That was a great way to end our day in Palermo. 100% we recommend checking it out. It was beautiful in there. Before we go, don't forget to go check out our link below for your free Wise card or your fee-free transfer up to $1,000. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed exploring Palermo with us today. If you have, hit subscribe and we'll see you again soon. Bye.